Found these two Jeep Cherokee XJs for sale near me. Struck up a deal with the owner to buy them both. Had them towed to my house, which one I was able to start evaluating. The green one, it needed a new windshield, antenna, and the roof line was leaking. Also, the driver's front fender flare, and bumper were damaged. I covered it up and began to find parts of the junkyard. I was able to find fender flare, bumperette, had a new windshield put in it. Find and repair the antenna assembly, primed, painted, clear coated, and installed the fender flare and bumperette. I replaced the brake line because everything I buy apparently needs brakes now. Pulled out the headliner, and I was able to start getting the sunroof to work. I was able to clean up some of the wiring, clean out the drain holes and made sure they worked, the tubes. I was able to clean up the old headliner, get the material off it, clean it, put the new material on it, and then get it fit because I had to do the final adjustment and cut because of the way the sunroof is mounted in car. Overall, it went from an okay car to a decent winter vehicle for me, thankfully. So I got the neutral safety switched on. So the next thing is to vacuum it out, detail the interior, and get it ready to sell. Hopefully it sells tomorrow. Well, again, tomorrow for me. I'm gonna give this Chemicals guys total interior cleaner and protector and tried. Never tried it before. There's only so much of the junk I'm going to get off of this. It's not going to be perfect. Can't get in some of these areas without something, so I'm using an acid brush. Really want to get as much grime out of the speaker area as I can. If you have a vehicle with a sunroof, you're going to see tubes like this somewhere. This is in the A pillar of the passenger side. Give you a better look. That's for draining for the sunroof. It's normally on both sides. If you're having a lot of trouble with, a lot of times you can open the glass up and use a very light amount of air or water and purge any blockages, and that'll help prevent the sunroof from leaking. Doesn't always work, but it's a great thing to try if you're stuck. Some of these little spots you never can seem to get. Let's see if it gets stains out of carpet. Agitate the spot. See how it does. Not perfect, but a lot better. Looks wet, but it's better. Definitely better. Overall, it's a darn sight cleaner. Lock the doors on myself. Got all the winter funk off. Some of the stuff, unfortunately, is baked in, so it's not going to come off. But she looks a lot cleaner. Smells good. Throw the floor mats back in and give her a bath. Got her wet down, been able to foam can it. I'm really bad at car washes, so we'll see how this goes. See if I can't use some purple power to at least decrease the visible rust and clean some of it up. I'm not trying to hide it, just trying to clean it up and make it look a little bit more presentable. I doubt I'll be able to get much of this out. It's mostly rock chips, but I might be able to get it a little shinier. That's better. At least get some of the funk off of it. It isn't going to get rid of the rust. It's going to rust off the paint. It isn't anything but a running coating. Cleaned up pretty well considering all the 20 years of Michigan it's got on it. Get some of the running rust with the purple power and hit the trim with Forever Black. It's a lot better. Got a lot of the junk that I could out. Magic erasered as much of it as I could. I think she's gonna do well. Right as I was getting everything cleaned up and ready to sell this Cherokee, the door locks stopped working. This is apparently a fairly common problem on this era of Cherokee, 97 to 2001. So we'll work on getting that replaced. On the Cherokees, the passenger side actually controls the whole system. So this lock actuator assembly controls the whole car. There's a screw here, two here, one hiding over here, and one up here. The one hiding here is a larger bodied Phillips number 3. You have to pop these plastic clips off the door rods. In general, they should just come off. The rod should come out. Now we'll pull the two electrical connectors off. We'll be able to pull the panel, take it inside, and address the switch controller. We'll pull this 3 screws out of this control panel. We'll pull it out of the door. I will likely transfer it from my 2-door just to get it running so I can sell it, because that's the main goal with all of this. There's our control panel. I transferred the control unit from my other Cherokee real quick as a test, and it works. So I will transfer this unit to this Cherokee's door panel and assemble it. The switch could have developed a problem when I deep cleaned everything, so I'm going to gently clean the junk off of this one before I put it in this panel. These control units, at least for the passenger side, work for both 2 and 4-door. I always like to start all the screws before tightening them all down in a panel like this, so you don't end up breaking anything, especially with plastic. Switch is in. A common problem with removing these door panels are these clips breaking. Go into my stash and see what I've got. These little guys should work. Unfortunately, the body of this clip is too big to fit in with where these clips went, so I will rob the parts off of my other Cherokee. There are times removing these clips can be somewhat of a pain. I found if you're gentle with them, they will tend to come right out. You just want to make sure when you slide them back together that you're putting the slot in here so you're not fighting with the bigger part of the clip. Reinstall the electrical connectors into the switch. Verify that they work. Then we can connect the rods. Just push the rod up through the hole, and then gently rotate the connector around till you clip it on. Do the same with this bottom one. Kind of hard to do this on camera. Easier if this camera wasn't in the way, but yeah, things happen. Once you have the rod in, you slide the link around, clip it in place. Position the door panel above the molding. You want to position the door panel lip inside this track. And then you can push all your clips in. I did need to remove this trim piece. Thankfully, it just clips back in place. Again, I like to try to start all interior screws by hand, especially in a panel like this, so you don't strip or damage anything. Now we can also test our keyless entry, which works great. Now she's finally ready to sell after washing it again because it sat here for too long. Well, it's been up for a month and no one's offered a realistic price. I don't know if it is the high gas prices or why exactly, because these Cherokees are very popular in my area. I'm going to swap the wheels over, because worst case I'll end up keeping it and just running it next winter again. So 90% bald all-terrain 30-inch 950 15 tires will fit on a Cherokee. Follow me for more pointless tech tips. Got the wheels I just redid installed, and I like the way it looks. Took it off Facebook Marketplace. I'm just gonna not bother trying to sell it right now. Worst case, like I said, I'll just drive it through next winter. This will also give me a chance to take my TJ off the road and do the things to it that I need to do, which is more content for YouTube. Some good stuff coming up. A barn find Rambler will be the next thing. It's been sitting for about 30 years. And we've got a lot of other content coming. A couple of the barn finds, some garage finds, a trike, and some other fun stuff. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. The editing staff